Hey, what's up? My name is Jim.
My name is Ray.
We're Sick Individuals and you're watching GIANTKILLERZ. I was just super excited. I think we need more DJs from abroad. I think the Dutch and the Americans are too dominant, so we need some Japanese talent in the game. It's nice for the variety in the dance scene to have influence from all over the world. I think now it's mainly influenced by the US and the Dutch. And I think bringing like Japanese to the table, Japanese DJs to the table, it will, I think, create something unique and also expand the EDM worldwide. Like bring something new to the table. I think that's the most important here. So I'm super excited.
Well, when I first heard about this project, I was thinking I would love to have this like 12 years ago when we started, having some power around you, having people with knowledge around you when you just start and you're still in the world of what kind of music do I want to make? What inspires me? Am I following a trend or am I following my heart? And this project is probably what's that about. So it's great that this project is here now for everyone.
A typical thing that some startup producers do is they never finish a track. So I would like to encourage them to finish a track, even it's not 100% to your liking, finish it and go to the next one. Don't stick changing over and over, because your progress, like your production progress, your learning curve will slow down. If you just finish a track and another one and another one and another one, you learn faster. Another one I think is also collaborate. Just collaborate, do this course. Don't be shy to share your knowledge with others. People will do that like the same to you. So I think that's also a nice one. Collab especially in the beginning of your career, collab a lot. You learn a lot from collaborating. Yeah. Students, like if you're just starting, like we did music school as well. I think we were, of course, this is a collaboration right here. We are the example, right? So I think we never would be so far if I wouldn't work with Ray, and I think vice versa the same. So I think that's super important to chill with your classmates, like hang out, play music, but also produce music together. And also in your future career, it will happen in the professional field as well. You meet people on the road, you will meet people on the festivals. You like them, you have the same taste in music, and you will make collaboration out of it. So I think that's super important.
When you start making music, it's very scared. You can be very scared to finish your product, to finish your song. You have all these ideas. It's almost 80–90% finished, and before you play this song to another, you say like, it's not finished yet, but have a listen. So make sure when you're a young producer and you're just starting, finish your song, make sure it's 100%, so people can critique your song and say like, well, this is great, maybe I don't like this about it. Take that all to heart and continue and make a new song, and this is the way to progress into your career.
We receive a lot of demos from young producers, upcoming producers, and they write, this song is like 80% finished, or this song is almost finished, but I have to fix the bass line yet, or I have to do some vocals on it. I don't even listen to it. I want to have like a track that you're confident about. I want to have a finished track. So that's why I say like finish a song next, finish a song next. You will get better every time. I think another advice we can give to young producers is your mix down. Like especially in electronic dance music, your mix is so important. So I see some producers, they have great ideas, but they don't pay attention to their mix. So they're mixing super with low levels. They're using the wrong samples, so creatively it's a good idea. But I think it goes hand in hand. So while you're building your creation, already put some plugins on your master, boost the volume already, that you choose the right samples. If you make your composition out of shitty samples, you will never get this 10 in your mix, because then you have to change. If you're gonna mix, you have to change everything again, and you're composing again, because the sound makes your song, right? The sound design, the mix, it goes hand in hand with dance music. So I think that's another advice, like from the start, put it loud, crank up, like put good volumes, plugins on your tracks. So already after like maybe 8 hours of producing, it should already sound thick. It doesn't have to be complete and doesn't have to be finished, but the sound should be pumping. I think that's super important too.
We actually recently had this experience. Normally, we were just following our heart in what we wanted to create, but lately there's a big techno trend, and we try to follow a trend sometimes, and we add it to our Sick Individual sound, like let's say 20 or 30%, just to make sure you're current in a way, and it's also fun. So you're kind of working together in that way, but you progress in your sound. But with the techno sound, we were really struggling. On the bandwidth of techno, this is what we really were liking. The rest, we didn't like that much. So it took us weeks and months to finally create a song that had some kind of techno influence. In the end, after a couple of months, we found out techno is not the thing we want to be influenced by. House music is what we want to be influenced by. Now we're on the bandwidth of house, and now we're like, yes, I like this kind of house, I like this kind of house, and we're kind of being inspired by the fact that we're following our heart now, and music is flowing, and I'm now at the airport again, finding myself not watching a movie, but making music. So make sure you're following your heart, and you feel like this is the music that I want to create. Follow that.
Again, like super excited, of course. For us, collaboration, like we just mentioned, is super important. We are one big collaboration, and I think collaborating with others always brings something new to the table. And that's also really fun. Like if you collaborate, it's not 50% this, it's not 50% that. If you collaborate, something new happens. So for both sides, you never expect something to happen sometimes, because bringing two sounds together always creates something unique. We teach at a lot of music universities around the world, and it's always fun to see the new kids or the youngsters bring new stuff. They are influenced way more by TikTok. They have a different musical background than we have. So it's fun, and I love a bit of a competition. So if I see them like working fast on their laptop or having new tricks, I'm like, okay, I want to do that as well. Let's see, like we are doing this for 12 years already, so I want to be up the game and be on the top. So it's nice to collab with the young kids to stay on top, I think. So, like, good question. So if an artist doesn't have any profile, of course, you look at that as well. Like if an artist has a big profile, it pops up in my feed faster, or I get it from a big manager, so of course I listen to it. But I think it's always good for a young producer to find their own unique sound. If a track is unique and they bring something to the table, maybe if you're starting, you bring something extra. A big artist, they can just bring something good and people will check it. But if you're young, you just bring something unique. If you try to copy the guy that is already on top, no one wants to collaborate because they want to collaborate with the guy on top. If you're young, you should find your unique spot in the scene. If you bring something new to the table, it happens to us a lot of times. We collaborated with many artists that are way smaller than us now, but maybe will be way bigger than us in the future. But they have something unique. They bring a track that we are like, hey, this clicks. I never heard this before. This is a new sound. This is a new way of putting sounds I already know together. It's not creating something totally new, but mixing something in a new way, mixing up new sounds, bringing maybe some Japanese culture to your track. I would love to see that. So I think this stuff makes us like wanted to collaborate with someone.
I think it's very important for if you're a young producer, like I was saying, to make sure you follow your heart, follow what you want to create. If you are following that, you can create your own personal music, and there's probably a very big chance that there's something in there that makes it unique because it's you. So if you follow that and you don't follow too much what's going on in the scene, like, okay, you have to look at it, make sure you be aware, but follow what you want to create, and you will create yourself in a unique way, and then it's time for you to send these tracks to artists that are already there. And if you have this unique sound, they probably are listening to it and think like, hey, this is interesting. This could be really cool. And this is a big chance for an upcoming artist.
Can I share one more tip? I have some. I think a good tip would be for upcoming producers as well. You can look at bigger artists in the scene. You can listen to a lot of new music. I think if you're starting, it's even good to copy and to mimic what they are doing, but not to release, only to learn tricks, to learn, hey, how can I get this to this sound, or how can I get to this level of mixing or loudness. So Like in the beginning, sometimes we heard like a track, it was super cool. We just tried to remake it. It's a super good way to learn. So this is how you start. Then you make like a version that is in the same style, but more like you. That's the second step. And then you completely start making something new. And that's where you're gonna release. So these steps are super important. So you don't have to immediately get to like something super unique. First, you can just chill in your studio and just remake, learn. And as you progress, you will be more confident to eventually like make this track that is super unique and all yours. So I think that's a good one as well.
Well, I would say making music is the best thing in our lives. And look where we are now, and we've been doing it now for almost 13 years, I think, 12 and a half years. So go get it, you know, just make music, share it with your friends, have parties while you're young, you know, and enjoy your life and enjoy making music. And if travel the world if you can, you know, and think about like opportunities. If a club is saying like, okay, maybe you can play my club but not for the best fee, go. Make a nice video, put it out, and enjoy your life in a way, and then things will follow along itself.
Let's go!